Dreams by Bronte, 1820 to 1849. While on my lonely couch I lie, I seldom feel myself alone, for fancy fills my dreaming eye with scenes and pleasures of its own. Then I may cherish at my breast an infant's form, beloved and fair, may smile and soothe it into rest with all a mother's fondest care. How sweet to feel its helpless form depending thus on me alone, and while I hold it safe and warm, what bliss to think it is my own. And glances then may meet my eyes that daylight never showed to me. What raptures in my bosom rise, those earnest looks of love to see. To feel my hand so kindly pressed, to know myself beloved at last, to think my heart has found a rest, my life of solitude is past. But then to wake and find it flown, the dream of happiness destroyed, to find myself unloved, alone, what tongue can speak the dreary void? A heart whence warm affections flow, Creator, thou hast given to me, and am I only thus to know how sweet the joys of love would be? Okay, this poem is by Bronte, who's the least known of the Bronte sisters. And she's sitting on a sofa, on a couch, dreaming about what it would be like to have a baby, because she feels very lonely and she feels unloved. And then she starts dreaming about how wonderful it would be to have her own baby, and the wonder that it would be to have this baby who is dependent on her and that loves her completely. And this would make her feel full. So let's see that also in this there's a very big contrast between the world of dreams, and and the reality. So, I mean, you could dream when you're asleep, but also you can dream of something. You imagine what you really want, So while on my lonely couch I lie, I seldom feel myself alone. So I'm sitting here, I'm lying here, and there's nobody in the house, there's only me here. But I don't feel alone, for fancy fills my dreaming eye. So I start imagining, I start going into a fantasy world. And this dream world, this daydream world, has scenes and pleasures of its own. Okay, so in this dream world, she can imagine what she most dearly wants. Then I may cherish at my breast an infant's form, beloved and fair. So to cherish is to love, to have great adoration for. So she's holding at her breast, at her chest, a baby, an infant. And she loves this child, she loves this infant, and this child is beautiful. May smile and soothe it into rest with all a mother's fondest care. So this child that I'm holding, I can smile at it and soothe it, make it feel relaxed with all the good things that a mother does to her baby. So she's saying she would love to have a baby, to be able to look after it, and to do all the things that a mother does to their baby. How sweet to feel its helpless form, depending thus on me alone. So the baby is pure and it's innocent, but it depends on her. Whether the baby lives or dies, it depends on her. And therefore, I think she likes this idea of the baby being dependent and needing her. I think she needs to be needed. Yes, she wants to be wanted. And this baby clearly needs her for all of the basic things in life. And while I hold it safe and warm, what bliss to think it is my own. So I hold this baby and I keep it safe and I keep it warm. And this is bliss. This is absolute happiness. To think that this is my very own baby. This baby is part of me. This is my own piece of love. And glances then may meet my eyes that daylight never showed to me. So I think she's now talking about the baby looking at her. Yeah, looking at her with total love. Yeah, looking at her like she's a goddess. Yeah, and this is something that daylight, that the real world, yeah, because in daylight you're awake, and she's now dreaming or daydreaming. Yeah, so the looks that this baby would give her are something that she's never experienced in the real world. What raptures in my bosom rise, those earnest looks of love to see. So I feel rapture, I feel absolute happiness. I feel happiness rising in my bosom, in my chest, because of these serious looks of love, to see the love in the eyes of this baby. Yeah, and that makes me feel just so happy. Yeah, she loves to be loved by this baby. To feel my hand so kindly pressed, to know myself beloved at last. So here this word prest is from to press. So to feel the baby pressing or holding her hand. And to know that the baby loves her, that she really feels love, because there's no doubt that this baby loves her. To think my heart has found a rest, my life of solitude is past. So this is her heart's desire, to feel love like the love of a baby, and she's in absolute happiness, and that her previous life in the real world of being alone and not feeling loved, that has gone. And then the poem suddenly changes tack, and this is where she wakes up again. But then to wake and find it flown. So then I wake up from the dream. I come out of the dream and I'm brought back to reality. The dream of happiness destroyed. So reality has destroyed this wonderful feeling she had in this dream. To find myself unloved, alone. So once more I'm here alone and nobody loves me. What tongue can speak the dreary void? So dreary means boring. So how can I describe the boring emptiness of being alone and unloved? It's like she's saying that I live to be loved. Yeah, for me, fulfillment is to be loved like a baby would love me. A heart whence warm affections flow, Creator, hast thou given to me. So I have a heart, and my heart, from this, love flows out of my heart. And this is how you made me, God. Yeah? God, you made me as a person who loves, who's full of warm affection. And am I only thus to know how sweet the joys of love would be? So is it my destiny, God, that the only way I'm going to know this feeling of true love is in my dreams, in my daydreams. Yeah, am I only going to feel this wonderful feeling of love in this dream world of mine when I'm imagining how wonderful it would be to have a baby, to have my own baby? So I guess this poem, it's about the nature of love, the nature of dreams, the nature of a mother's love for a baby and a baby's love for their mother, and how living in a dream world can make you happy, but the problem is very often reality destroys that dream world and brings you back. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Dreams by Bronte.